Hello, hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Great, great, great. Oh my God, flashback, flashback. This all just literally takes me back 2 years ago when I was watching The Voice.
Mm.
Wow, it's been a while. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. I'm well. I'm very happy, and I'm in a good place.
What have you been up to lately?
Oh well, just recording for one, then touring around the world and doing shows and doing what it is that I do and I enjoy and love. So that's about it. But that's everything.
That's your everything, of course. I heard that you're releasing new music. Is it album or just an EP?
Well, just for starters, I'm releasing an independent single called "The Rest of Your Life." And just for the first inclinations and reactions that I've gotten, people seem to be reacting to it positively. But we had to move our deadline into October, so I think the actual release of it will be October 3rd.
Could you please share the inspiration or a little bit backstory about the song?
Well, rest of your life, I used a sample called Rainforest by a jazz instrumentalist named Paul Hardcastle, I want to give a credit to. Um, this song has been in my soul and in my subconscious for as long as I can remember. But it was an instrumental, and I had always wondered what it would be like to, write a lyric to it. And so I took a stab at it, and I liked what I had landed, and we decided to take ourselves seriously, because a lot of things we do out of fun, what I mean? You kind of get the momentum going just by the spirit or the sense of humor. It's like, I'm just going to try something to amuse yourself. And then it's like, ooh, that feels good. I really like this. Then you take yourself a little bit more seriously and you finish and complete the thought. And, here we are, an independent release, just weeks away from people hearing it in its entirety.
Well, from my understanding, I know that your music always blends soul, funk, like hip hop elements. And what about this new song? What genre is it?
I would say it's all of the above. I think ultimately any music um, form and fashion that I do is going to ultimately classify as alternative because it's inspired by just all of the many contemporary sounds and nuances that are out there, and I'll ingest them and then reinterpret them and reimagine them into a song for myself. And that way, it is quintessential CeeLo Green.
How do you understand your current music style? Like, let's say, how has it evolved from, Gnarls Barkley to your solo work? Can we talk about, Gnarls Barkley?
Well, of course, and I wanted to mention Gnarls Barkley as well because we are just in the final stages of completion for our third and final album as well. Gnarls Barkley is essentially solo material. You know what I mean? Um,
Material.
I'm the only writer and vocalist there. Um, it is a different space and sound palette, to be amused by the production stylings of Danger Mouse. And he has become my partner and collaborator over the last 20 years. And we've done a wonderful thing. And we've been able to repeat that success, on numerous occasions. And here we are for a third installment. And we're feeling really strong and confident about it. And hopefully it will reach the people where they may happen to be.
Yeah, what is the current situation with the Gnarls Barkley? Like, are you and Danger Mouse officially back together?
Yes, we did reunite for the recording of this project. And until, um, further notice, this is our last project together.
Oh, wow,
Yes.
well, that's huge. I want to know a little bit more about the your early days. Like, let's go back to the very beginning. How did you first get started in this business?
Um, I started my professional career about 30 years ago in 1994, being featured on Outkast, their debut album, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. and we were school friends, and we had all grown up together in the same city and neighborhoods. And fate would have it that we would all result in doing music together, and so they were gracious enough to give me an opportunity to be vocal on their project, and I was able to garner some attention for myself. And then I shortly thereafter joined a group called Goody Mob, who was also a part of our larger collective, the Dungeon Family. And working with them was a pleasure as well. We had since recorded 3 albums that did gold and better. So we had an illustrious career of our own. And then I ventured out to do my solo work, which I had initially come aboard to be a solo artist. And so CeeLo Green and His Perfect Imperfections was born, which was my debut solo album with singles like Closet Freak and Getting Grown. I released a second album called CeeLo Green is the Soul Machine. Um, and it was received very well as well. And so Gnarls Barkley then comes with its first album, Saint Elsewhere.
Mhm.
And again, it was like the third time being a charm because technically it was my third solo album. Um, the difference was instead of it being produced by Organized Noise or myself, it was produced by Danger Mouse.
Mhm.
And he gave me a sound and a nuance beyond compare, and really inclined me to become deeply introspective and self-reflecting and a little loathing as well. And we just wrote from a mood of melancholy um, and raw material, and people seem to really react to it. Um, Crazy was the first single, and it is still one of those records that you can't escape even to this day. So I'm very proud of those accomplishments. We went on to release another album called Gnarls Barkley, The Odd Couple, and had success there as well. And here we are presently on the brink of a new release, Gnarls Barkley. And I won't say the title yet because I'm not sure if I can.
Well, that gets me very curious, and that's really precious history. So looking back, do you think it was easier to become an artist or now in this day and age, with the social media, with all the internet stuff?
Um, I think it was easier then. It's kind of like a catch 22, as they say. It was easier, but it was harder. It was easier because there were fewer artists and fewer opportunities. And if you were recognized as quality or someone saw the potential in what you were doing artistically, there were only a few platforms to speak from. And fortunately, the artist and the community of Atlanta, Georgia, was burgeoning and just kind of taking shape. And we just happened to be a part of that humble beginning and process. So we were able to speak, represent ourselves, represent our city and region, um, you know, but it was easier because it was just us few. So it should be easier now because there's much more technology. There's a broader scope of visibility and access to self promote and market and things of that nature. But the quality isn't there in my professional opinion. Um, Not that I'm biased about my own music or the music of our time. It's just that, the generations that pass, we tend to take those memoirs and those keepsakes, that time capsule of things along with us. So basically Elton John or you know Earth, Wind, and Fire, one of those great groups like that. I still have those as references. I still see them in my mind when I'm performing. I don't see myself. I see the lineage or the legacy of the other greats, and you just want to be in that company. You know what I mean? Like in that long and run-on sentence of stardom and spectacle and showmanship. You know. It's like the music today speaks an entirely different language. And to be totally honest, I'm not even really sure what it's motivated by, besides commerce, itself and commercialism itself. And the expedient, process of just microwave, here, have it now, take it, quick, fast, hurry,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's as I don't think it's as good, honestly, as it could be if only it referenced some of the music of a simpler time.
That's a very honest answer, and I really love that. So on that note, in today's world, what kind of musicians stand out to you or catch your attention?
Um, I use the app Shazam a lot,
Hmm.
so almost all of the time I hear this band called Jungle.
Jungle, the band.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I really like their choir esque vocal arrangement.
Mhm.
I like the feeling that it gives me. It sounds like something new. It sounds like something timeless.
Mhm.
And it's very signature, meaning I can identify with it as soon as I hear it. And that I can appreciate it because it's like a brand. You know what I mean? It's like a stamp. You know what I mean? A signature. So, yeah, that's one band that comes to mind as you ask me that question.
Well, have you considered maybe doing a collaboration with them at some point? Or, nowadays with the K-pop taking the world by storm, have you ever thought about that?
Oh well, they don't seem to uh, look like they need any help or anything. But if they would have me, if there was something that we could do collaboratively, yeah, sure, I would love to work with them.
Well, I
So,
look forward to
hey
hear that.
guys from Jungle, when you see this interview, call me.
Next, let's talk about The Voice. I heard that you are returning to The Voice next year.
Well, yeah, it is true. I wish I could say that it was full time, but I'm going to do a couple of specified episodes, and we'll see what that turns into. But I'm definitely going to make my presence felt, and that is for sure.
Of course. Well, I really look forward to that because, like I said, I'm grateful for the show, and that's how I got to know you, your music. So this time it's going to be a new role. How is that going to be different from your previous role as a coach? A couple, like you mentioned before, a couple episodes this time.
Yes. So, in all honesty, I'm not really so sure exactly the difference. I am just honored with the inclusion. And like most other things artistically and in that space, I will figure it out. I think I'm going to have to go through a little bit of on the job training. I don't know exactly what new thing that is they would have me do or what their vision is. I just hope to appease it and satisfy it to some degree.
Wow. Well, I really look forward to that. And what does The Voice mean to you personally?
Oh, well, the voice means reach and range of motion, visibility, relativity, relatability, access, inclusion, exposure, you know what I mean? Cause and effect.
Are you excited about that? To be honest.
Yes, that's where I want to be because all of those things are the humble ambitions of all artists, I would like to assume. But if speaking for myself, yes, that's exactly what I would love to do and accomplish in a space that I would love to live in and thrive in.
Do you think nowadays it's still possible to become a superstar, through talent shows like this?
Well, I do. I do. I still have faith in the establishment. I mean, after all, I'm still alive and well. A wealth of knowledge. I have an amusement park in my mind, so many references and also unique and original ideas as well. And so I could pair something I'm inspired by with what I can do to make it my own. And two thoughts become a collaborative effort. You say, like, within the internal dialogue as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always thinking about how I can contribute and help and inspire. And if you have someone like myself, if I could do that successfully, then there is hope. And so, with my own ambition, I am optimistic for the future of our industry because there's much that I can do if only given the opportunity.
Can I know when will the show start filming and in which city?
We start filming in a couple of days, as a matter of fact. So it's going to be done and in the can, and ready to go for early next year.
In LA?
Yes, in Los Angeles.
Wow, seems like you have so much going on in your life right now. What's
Yeah, I was in Vegas. I was performing here. I do a residency in Vegas at the Wynn Hotel and Resorts in a restaurant called Delilah. It's a small stage, but it's very noir and yet contemporary. And so they have welcomed me time and time again to come and perform unannounced. So it's always a pleasant surprise for people when I'm called up on stage and I do a little thing for the audience. And it's cool because I really enjoy to be in Vegas as well. This is my kind of town. The industry here, just the showmanship, the professionality, the consistency, and the efficiency rate of all of the many unsung talented people that live and reside here. They work here. It's like I'm just a part of a community here, and I like that. And these people are great, and they don't have the same fanfare, but they have to be great time and time again. Three shows a night for some people, just performing as dancers and things of that nature. So I have to always acknowledge the working community of Las Vegas. They keep the lights on here.
what is your biggest pleasure in your free time?
I've had a couple of days off here, and I get a little retail therapy. I like to go and find items and things to purchase, and I guess I'm a collector, if you will. I've got more stuff than I'll ever need, but I just can't seem to help myself. It is fun to get out and find stuff. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Give it to me. And then to just rest, relax, rest, recuperate, hard reset, a massage, a soak in the jacuzzi, a steam, in the sauna. That's just nice. You know what I mean? A nice time to just be quiet and meditate and prayer and appreciate and acknowledge something greater than yourself. Very humbly and respectfully show your gratitude. You know what I mean? And that is the secret to my success. I recently have out a single called Go to Hell with the Cheat Codes, who are an exceptionally talented trio of producer, DJ, entertainers, if that's even a word. Um, and the song was really cool. I think people will enjoy it. So go and check that out. Rest of Your Life, CeeLo Green, the single, will be out October 3rd. So be prepared for that. You should see visuals for that in the coming weeks. And also, lastly, the big one, Gnarls Barkley 3.
Really nice chatting with you today, even it's just a through Zoom call.
Thank you for giving me some time. Peace, love, happiness.
Thank you for making so much great music. Thank you.
Bye, Esther.
Bye. Have a great one.
Bye.